Hello everybody and welcome to MotoGP 15 career mode once more. Today will be the Czech Grand Prix at the beloved Brno circuit, and as you saw in the last episode, we have won 2 races in a row for the very first time, which means the championship is in an incredible balance. It comes down all the way to the very last point, with Zarco, Lowe's and myself just 2 points away from each other. It's quite fantastic to say the least. Last race was very dull. If I dominate too much, then it could result in a boring, dissatisfactory way to win the title. But at the same time, I am still riding the worst bike. Even though my credits are more than enough to afford a Calex or a speed up, so we may as well just say no, we're not going to buy the superior bikes unless I catastrophically fall behind in the championship. So anyway, there's no need to waste your time. Let's get straight to the Czech Grand Prix. My luck in qualifying has finally run out. A light rain session meant that my pace has been dampened slightly, pardon the pun, and Zarco and Lowe's take full advantage, taking their places in the front of the grid. I could only manage 8th position, with the likes of Rins, Rabat, Simeon, Folger, Morbidelli all ahead of me. And then I'm going to have to be careful to avoid a scrap at the back of the grid. It's all about tomorrow though, and if we can get back onto the podium, that'll be a success. And here we are for the Czech Grand Prix race day. The air temperature is pretty decent at 24 degrees. There's no more rain, and the crowds are packing the rafters ready for what should be an exciting weekend full of motorcycle action. But the Moto2 series is where it matters, and we are now racing. And look at the front guys going straight to the outside line, ready to defend their positions or maybe gain some more. Now I'm on the inside of Tomas Luti, going down very deep onto the apex, and contact with Simeon. Simeon was trying to hang on in there, and I just I barged him out of my way, and I take 6th position after starting in 8th place. That's not a bad start to say the least, but the top 5 are undisputedly the best in this series, and I have to find a way to catch up. But Morbidelli says no thank you, I want to play with the elite 5, but unfortunately I say no, get back into 7th place, mister. And now into the 2nd sector, we're braking downwards with the right hand turn, and then another apex following up. But look at Sam Lowe's into the lead. Folger is my nearest opponent in his famous red overalls, and now I'm getting nice and close. Can I accelerate away? No, you can see my gear change was sloppy, and we'll have to try again later. There we go, look at this. Oh, again with the left rights, and contact with Folger as well. That forces him out wide onto the marbles, and that gives me 5th position. But what about Tito Rabat, the former Moto2 world champion? We're going for another downhill right, braking. Oh, Rabat, he's loose, and off he goes. It's a big crash for Rabat. Thankfully no one was taken down with him, but that was a nasty spill. He's slid onto the gravel, but obviously his bike respawns, and I take 4th position by default, which gives the hotshot Alex Rins an opportunity to go for the win, but I will be eagerly determined to take 3rd place away from him. So that completes 1 lap of Brno. You would have hopefully you're familiar with the track, but if you're not, it is one of the more popular ones, like Assen and the Saxon Ring in Europe. But Zarco takes the first track record of the day. I get the data pack, and I have to gain 7/10 of a second, as I'm pretty poor in the last sector. It's my weakest on the track. But Rins also got the track record with a 2 minutes 4. And now we'll press fast forward for a little bit. I hit the outer curb there. Lowe's and Zarco continue to battle, but now we'll be taking a little shortcut here that's not on, so rewind please. As you know, if you've watched the series, the timing glitch where you get punished rather harshly if you finish ahead of somebody, and then they're given the benefit because of a tiebreaker. It's just very annoying, and the last thing you need is a time penalty getting in the way of that. So we'll get rid of that and carry on into the middle point of the track. Rins remains 7/10 clear. I just cannot seem to catch him at the minute. It's going to need a Herculean effort, but we will manage it. I have to really dig down deep though. Now this is where Rabat fell off last lap, but you can see I have good grip, and I'm not going to accelerate too early. Now here we go, we've caught straight up to Rins. This is probably where I'm good, but then up here is where I'm not so good. But I go around the outside. Oh, I get too close to the gravel though, and Rins gets a chance to sprint away. Folger already 2.5 seconds back. This is the top 4 at their absolute peak, and we are dominating the rest. Now I take a weird line onto the left and then into the right, so that completes the second lap of the race. A 2 minutes 1 for me, but Sam Lowes was quickest. He got a 2.1.4 and I got a 2.1.5, so not a lot to separate us, but now I'm closer to Rins than I was last time around, and I go to the very edge of the apex and accelerate into what is turn 2, and now we'll be going into one of my best corners, turn 3, braking down from 200 kilometers an hour all the way to 90. So that's an insane deceleration. And now Rins he's lost the slipstream, so he can only defend from me now. He will not be competing for this victory, and I have to smell that blood and strike while I have the opportunity. But when will it come? Will it be in the technical sections or in the fast straights? We don't know yet. Let's work our way towards it. We're going down to 79 kilometers an hour braking and now accelerating. Rins is in real trouble now. He's very much isolated. We're going to have to find a clean pass. I overtook Folger at this point, barging him out of the way, and I go around the outside clean as a whistle into the podium position, the bronze medal spot. But Rins has not finished with me yet. He's twitching his wrist, ready to enter the braking zone, but I am cleanly through once and for all. That's the end of that battle, and it's going to be a top 3 clash for the victory with the Elite 3 as we're now known. The Elite 5 has been broken up, and I complete the best lap that round with a 2.1.3, but still a while back, and Nakagami has fallen, but I'm still a second behind the battling pair up front, gaining a little bit in the last sector, but we're going to go back to regular speed for the final lap, see if anybody can break the other spirit. Here we go, the last lap starts in a matter of moments. Here we go, across the whitewash. It's time for the final lap, but I need to gain 9/10 of a second in this one lap if I'm going to stand a chance of victory. It doesn't matter what's going on behind me, it's all about in front. Zarco leads from Lowes. The championship is very much a delicate affair. Whoever wins this race will have the advantage heading into the British Grand Prix, and knowing Sam Lowes, he will want to remain on top of the World Championship in time for his home Grand Prix. There we go, Zarco again defends from the Briton riding the number 22, and it's a 1.1 second deficit now. I'm losing time. These two are just out of this world good, and I'm really out of my depth at this Grand Prix, unlike last time where I was all conquering, taking a very hefty I'm very much down on the ground, and I've crashed it. My balance was destroyed there, and I have to take that last rewind, or else my podium position would have been under jeopardy. But my arc, lean, and all of those good things was very deep, but it was too deep in that last corner, so I had to take a rewind to stand a chance. But I'm starting to gain. Still the Frenchman leads. What about Lowes? Can he do something? It's 7/10 between me and him, and therefore Zarco's probably only 8/10 of a second clear. But look at Lowes going for the inside, down the hill. They're both clinging on for dear life. That is supreme grip from those two guys, and Lowes does indeed lead. He timed his moment beautifully, and now I time my moment. Here we go, around the outside of Zarco. I need to shift my weight and go for the inside now. Unfortunately, it's not going to happen. The curves are merciless on these two-wheeling machines, but it looks like Zarco's going to defend second place. Rins is way back. Here we go, Zarco down the inside for the final corner. Is it going to be another tiebreaker? Here he is. He's done it. I've made a terrible mess of that last corner. So it's going to be a dash for the line. Photo finish situation. It's race over. Lowe's has been credited with the win, but we'll have to double check. I believe it was a tie between the two. It always seems to be with this track. Yes, it's a dead heat, and I could only watch and admire in the bronze medal position. But Rins, Folger, Morbidelli, Luti, Rabat and Kallio are among the top 10. Cortese finishes that off in fine style. Simon and the others get the World Championship points, and unfortunately for Nakagami, his crash has resulted in a non-classification for the Japanese. So there's a look at the World Championship. Sam Lowes is now in the lead of the World Championship heading into the British Grand Prix. Zarco falls to second for the first time in a long time. Unfortunately for me, I'm 10 points back. All my work Indy has been for naught, and I have to win at Silverstone to get right back in it. So the Constructors' Championship looks like this. Calax 229, Speed Up 214, and then I have my Tech 3 on 208 or 208 points or something like that. So it's crazy hard, this championship, but I'm giving it my very best shot. I'm starting to roll in the credits and the support. Nearly 400,000 fans are cheering my name every race weekend, but today was not my day. But another podium just means that I'm not giving up the fight. It's going to go all the way to Valencia, so I hope you'll be able to stick with me for the long road ahead. And so my dream of winning this Moto2 title is not going to be a walk in the park. Yet again, I have been beaten by the Elite 2. And there was not much I really could have done. They were too good, and my bike eventually ran out of steam as well as grip. So congratulations to Sam Lowes, the new World Championship leader. And again, he's the one who wishes to speak to the media, and he's very happy that he's now top of the standings. But it just means I have to win another race just to catch up. But I'd say Zarco is looking a little vulnerable now. If he doesn't win the next MotoGP, he could be in serious trouble. But again, because Sam Lowes won the Grand Prix, our chances of finishing second in the Constructors took a bit of a blow. But the Briton was very good, and that was a very important win for his career. He knows that he needs to lead the World Championship. He's already defending champion, so it's a good time to take the championship lead, I would agree. Anyway, Danny Kent seemed to have lost in Moto3 again. Quattararo was catching him. Then in MotoGP, we saw it was on a knife edge, but now it looks like Lorenzo has broken out a championship lead over Valentino Rossi and Marc Marquez. So that'll conclude this episode. If you want to just double check the website. So yeah, it was Lowes and Quattararo and Lorenzo as well. So L, L and Q were the first letters of the winners. So the next Grand Prix will be Misano. I didn't do that one in Moto3, but I did do Silverstone. So we'll take one race off camera and see how we get on. Can we get back in this championship hunt? Wish me luck, guys. Bye bye now.